Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals coming in under $10 or your local currency, and as always I'm going to be covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Not the biggest of weeks, honestly, I'll say that up front, but a super budget selection here for you all today, so hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. First up then, a night at the races. This is rocking 80% off a new low price, and it's a really unique platformer that blends in kind of real world story with almost escaping into a game. You'll start in your apartment though late on rent before booting up this game. The game though, it's a twitch platformer where movement is automatic, but you can switch direction, jump, dash and navigate to exits. It's pretty tough too, and the idea here, win the grand prize, compete illegally basically and get out of debt. Fantastic soundtrack as well, jumping between chiptune for in-game and then synthwave in real worlds. On the super budget then, Super Punch Patroller. This one is from the dev behind Gunman Clive, and it's another exceptional bite-sized adventure. Influenced by the great beat-em-up so Streets of Rage and all, it has a unique hand-drawn style, 2 playable characters, local co-op, and the only thing I didn't enjoy, a vehicle-based element that was just a little bit too frustrating. Thankfully though, that level it is brief. 60% off though, a new low price, and it's the usual kind of clean up the streets. Before we do move on then, just a quick word here about today's sponsor. A shout out then to today's sponsor, Ace Defender. It's available on iOS and Android, it's free to play, and it's an SRPG which combines turn-based RPG goodness with tower defense. A ton of content then as well, 40 plus characters and near 2000 levels to overcome. Think here though, a whole lot of leveling up, combining heroes and equipment management, all for the best possible war party. Every individual character as well has their own story. Modes expect PvE, PvP, then you can even change the speed of the gameplay so it's going to be best suited to the time you have. Most recently then they even added a new hero and a new world. The hero, that's going to be Brenda, the Demon Spear. She can deal massive damage, she can limit enemy attacks, and she can recover her own health bar. Map-wise, we're getting Realm of Deities. Here, build a castle, develop tech and train your soldiers to basically conquer. You can even gain more power for heroes here thanks to magical research. Head to my link though in the pinned comment down below, support them and the channel directly, and for those new to the game you'll actually get a reward too. That's going to be 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing Chapter 2 Level 8. Once complete, claim that reward by heading to the tavern menu. Again though, look, shout out to Ace Defender for sponsoring today's video. Gunman Clive then is back on sale, matching the low. Quality game, always worthy of a mention. This is where the visual style started though, and it packages together both entries with new HD visuals. It was originally a 3DS title. In the first one, rescue the mayor's daughter. In the second, take the battle to the bandits. Think though, run and gun, platforming action, and it's matching the low then, 60% off. Monument then is a bite-sized experience, but definitely worthy of a look. All in, you're looking at maybe an hour or so of gameplay to get through that main story. That's why I've been waiting on a super budget price point, but it's an old school first-person shooter in the style of Doom and kind of that world as well. It's got a nice selection of enemies though, think monsters, aliens, just all sorts going on, and it nails that old school visual style as well. It's a small but powerful selection of guns as well, my favourite the shotgun, and it's matching the low price, 72% off. Oceanhorn then is a game I ended up playing again for just a small bit recently, and while the sequel it was a disappointment in my eyes, really enjoyed this first entry. Old school, Zelda influences, and yeah, this one your father left you kind of this note, he's gone, the only lead a notebook and a necklace, so go work out now what has happened. An isometric style mostly here though, it's all about action, RPG gameplay, combat, magic, items, and then of course environmental puzzles. The soundtrack to top it all off is stunning, and it's a decent length quest this one as well. It's matching the low price finally, 65% off. Warsaw then is going to be for the darkest dungeon fans out there, and while it's not as good as that one, it's still a very strong piece of work with a World War setting that definitely adds, weight to the scenarios you face. It's turn-based RPG gameplay though, and you are part of a resistance trying to take your home back. Featuring permadeath though for your survivors, manage your base, direct them in battle, and then choose what mission you do next, and also where you go next. You'll be looking at a map, and it kind of like suggests the success of the resistance against their opponents. It's matching the low price then, 60% off. It's not an easy game either, but I really did enjoy its ideas. Golf Club Wasteland then, I wanted to give it a quick shout out, 60% off. I know many out there enjoyed this one. I myself, honestly, I wasn't so keen. You'll see that in my review in the pinned comment down below. It's a puzzle golf game though, where you navigate a 2D version of Earth that's basically been abandoned due to more than a few issues. The narrative though is unique, as the rich now use it as a golf course, and there's lots happening in the background to kind of, I guess, give you hints of what played out. The highlight though, the soundtrack, that sound design, it delivers the context and it is stunning. It's presented in a radio station style. I didn't like the golf because it lacks indicators of, you know, shot trajectory and so on, so it just kind of felt almost trial and error and not satisfying. A quick shout out then to Dex. We always see the discount for sure, 90% off, but it is a gem, a side-scrolling action RPG, but it's just the depth that it definitely nails. A surprisingly big world though, challenging combat, and then the story, a shady organisation there on the hunt for you, and it will take you into some, let's say, more than dodgy locations. Strong pixel work though throughout, music is awesome, and yeah, it's clear a lot of effort went into making this world feel alive. Felix the Reaper then will be for the puzzle fans out there. I know it can get some mixed opinions, this one, but I'm definitely a fan. It's the style and the general attitude that won me over, and then the fact that Patrick Stewart lends his voice work just elevated it even further. A romantic comedy though, you are in love with someone from the Ministry of Life, and you set out now to woo her. Your technique to win her over? Dance, and it's a 3D shadow manipulation game where you've got to get folks in this world to their final moments according to plan. Rotate items in this world though, and then move the sun to your benefit and eventually try and get the girl. It's all topped off then with a great soundtrack, and it's matching the low here, 87% off. Space Commander War and Trade then isn't the best sci-fi experience on the Switch, but I think at this price, 40% off, matching the low, there's a decent amount here to like. It was a mobile game originally, this one, but I think it transitions really well. It's a game of accepting missions, battling it out with like a third-person viewpoint, and then trading, buying ships and building out that network. The only issue here though, some will find it's a pretty repetitive game. It was designed around phones, which is traditionally shorter gaming experiences, so you definitely feel that. I enjoy like 30 minutes so here and there, and yeah, you can't beat some space battles, and this one definitely delivers in that sense. Depth of Exctinction then gets a new low price, 67% off, and I really like this one. It's a great option for the strategic RPG fans out there. This one, it's basically Waterworld. The future, our home is flooded, and there's an army here of machines out to take humanity down. This though, then it combines multiple character classes, inventory management, so weapons, armor, items, the option then to play a little bit more stealthily as well. And then what really surprised me overall, the visuals. I wasn't sure that the pixel look was going to work in this world, but I think they actually achieve a whole lot with it. It's not an easy game, that is my warning, and it definitely packs roguelike elements, so go in prepared to work at getting good. Into the final 3 games then, starting with Children of Morta. It's matching the low price with 61% off, but they give this game so much love, I do like to highlight it. It also has a free demo if you do want to check it out before you part with that cash. It's a roguelite with a storyline to follow, and you'll be controlling this like family of heroes who act as the guardians of Mountain Morta. Destroy evil though, learn the 7 playable characters, and take a look at Family Trials 2. It unlocks shortly into the game. It was actually added in for completely free, and it adds an experience that would be considered similar to Hades. On top of that then, if you want to spend a little bit of extra cash, there's a complete edition that's around $5 more, and it throws in the DLC Paws and Claws as well as Ancient Spirits. If you own the base game already and just want the latest DLC, that's Ancient Spirits, that's actually got a new low price right now, 20% off. Our final games then, I'm actually bundling 2 together here, but we get Revelations 1 and 2. It's set right between the events of 4 and 6, and it's pretty traditional Resident Evil stuff. Third person, you know, action adventure, but they've built upon it with motion controls, which is definitely appreciated. The settings are great though here, and in the first you'll see Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield, while the second actually sees Claire Redfield. The second is by far the stronger game in my eyes as you try to uncover why you've been kidnapped. Both quality though, both worthy of the price, 60% off each, and they both support 2-player as well. They also look great given the fact that the first was a 3DS title and then the second, I believe it was on the Vita. Again though, look, it's matching the low price, so definitely consider taking a look. That's another week down though. Will you be adding anything to the library this week, or are you holding onto that cash? It's definitely a very budget selection, but it might be a nice way to try out a few new games. A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.